Well, howdy, and welcome to the video for the how to play and setup of Ante Up, the expansion for the hit game Western Legends. This video assumes you're already familiar with how to play the base game. If you have not yet played the base game of Western Legends, we recommend you do that before watching this video. Ante Up introduces new features such as new ways to gamble, the gambler track, event cards, new territories, and the locomotive. This expansion also adds more characters, items, and story cards to your base game. In this video, we will only be covering the rules and setup for the new additions to the game. Setup. Setup in Western Legends Ante Up still follows the setup of the original game, but some steps have been added as well as some steps replaced. The setup section of the video only demonstrates the steps that have been changed or added, so please refer to both your Ante Up rulebook for where these rules are inserted and your original Western Legends rulebook for following along. Place the new board pieces from Ante Up in the center territories of the table next to the original Western Legends board. Place all tokens included in Ante Up in separate face-down piles consisting of those with the same icon. Place all items near the general store and trading post stands. Randomly select one weapon and one mount and place these in the new trading post. Use this chart shown to determine which items you will be adding to the trading post. This is based on the total number of items you will be using in this game. Place any promotional items beside the board. Note that promotional items are considered to be available in both the trading post and the general store. Place all remaining items in the general store. Gather all of the poker cards, and now decide if you wish to exchange in the alternate Ante Up versions and remove the original cards if doing so. Shuffle these poker cards and place this deck in the designated area. It is strongly recommended to exchange these cards when using this expansion. Place the orange cattle tokens on the Buzzard Gulch Ranch face down. Place the train mini at the Spikes View rail station facing to the right towards the Buzzard Gulch play area. Shuffle the train encounter cards and place this deck in the designated area. Randomly assign one frontier marker to each frontier space on the Buzzard Gulch board and return any unused tokens to the box. Place event markers on the 5th space of the Gambler, Marshal, and Wanted tracks. Place one event marker on the 5th space of the Legendary track prior to the endgame space that has been agreed upon by the players at the table. Shuffle the event cards and place those in the designated area. Draw and resolve one event card for every 2 players at the table, rounded up. Place the resolved event cards in a pile next to the event deck, forming a discard pile. Players will be flipping their player mats to the side with the spaces for the legendary tokens, as they will be used in Ante Up regardless of using the goal card variant or not. Players take the additional scoring cube in their color and place it next to the Gambler track. Give each player a Western Legends Ante Up player aid. This completes the additional steps that are taken in Ante Up. As a final reminder, this is not the entire setup. You will need to refer to both the Ante Up and the original Western Legends rulebook for how to go through these steps. How to play. As a reminder again, this video only deals with what's new in Ante Up and is not meant to teach the original game. Start of turn difference. For the start of turn phase in Ante Up, there is only one important change. The train moves as a start turn effect. Move the train to the next checkpoint, placing the front of the train in the checkpoint space. The train is considered a location in that space for the remainder of the player's turn. Action phase. Ante Up adds a number of new locations for players to explore and adds to the action players can choose to take on their turn, even in some existing base game locations. The train is considered a location on the space it currently occupies. This does not affect the location it currently occupies, and players may still take the actions of that location. Players in the space where the front of the train currently is may take a train heist action. To take a train heist action, first draw a train encounter card and follow the instructions of that card. Most of these cards will require the player to fight a train guard in order to succeed. Note that you may only initiate a train heist once per turn. Please refer to your rulebook for how to carry out the train guard fight. This, however, is similar to other fights within Western Legends. The new trading post in Ante Up works similar to the general store in the original Western Legends base game. You must be in a space neighboring the trading post to purchase items from it. Remember, only items at the trading post may be purchased or upgraded there. Items at the general store must still be purchased through the general store. Promotional items may be purchased at either. Ante Up also adds a new ranch and a color of cattle tokens to the game. The rules governing these remain the same as the original game with one addition. Longhorn tokens may be delivered to any ranch like normal tokens and receive 1 legendary point and $30. This expansion also adds a new rail station on the Buzzard Gulch map. All rules regarding wrangling cattle remains in effect with 2 additions. Players may deliver Longhorn tokens to any rail station to receive 1 legendary point and $30. Players may also now spend an action at a rail station to travel by rail. To take this action, the player pays $10. Then move to any other rail station and proceed from that station by moving up to your maximum number of spaces. A new type of space added with Ante Up is the Mountain Pass. When a player is at a mountain pass, they may take a trail action to travel between the original board and the new Buzzard Gulch board. There are 2 Mountain Pass spaces to choose from. Next up for new spaces is the Frontier space. These are located on the Buzzard Gulch board. You can easily identify these by their numerical value ranging from 6 to 8. These frontier spaces are considered locations, and all normal rules for locations apply. A player at a frontier space still containing its frontier token can elect to take a frontier action to explore and develop the land for rewards. To take this action, discard poker cards from your hand equal to or greater than the sum of the values of the frontier space and the frontier token. Next, flip over the frontier token and collect the rewards. The token is then returned to the box. Ante Up also adds a new saloon to the game and makes some changes to the rules governing saloons. Poker is still available to be played, but the rules have changed slightly from the original game. In addition, though, Ante Up has added 2 new gambling challenges, Faro and High Roller tokens. For the purposes of the video, we will not be covering the changes to poker, High Roller changes, or the game of Faro. Please refer to your rulebook for these changes and how to play them. 2 other locations should be noted on the new Buzzard Gulch board, the Marshal's Office and the Outlaw Camp. The Marshal's Office is where players arrested in these new territories go when arrested by another player or the sheriff. The Outlaw Camp is a combination of a ranch and a bandit hideout from the original game and follows rules similar to each of those. End of game. Western Legends Ante Up ends the same way as the original game with only one change. The player furthest up this new gambler track earns 1 legendary point. Events. Ante Up introduces a new event deck offering new challenges for the players to face. The first time a player's scoring cube enters or moves through a space on any track containing an event marker, the player must resolve an event card from the top of the event deck. This event marker is then returned to the box after resolving the card. Often these event cards will place out new event tokens to the board. Please refer to your rulebook for an explanation of these new tokens. This concludes the How to Play and Setup video for Western Legends Ante Up. I hope you have found this video informative and helpful. Please note that this video is not meant to be a replacement for the complete rules, and as such, some things have been intentionally left out. This video was also produced during the game's crowdfunding period and may not be fully up to date with components and rule changes since the time of its creation. Always refer to your most recent rulebook for any changes. Thank you for watching.